What's going on, my fellow A-Plusers? Welcome back once again to a brand new episode. It is I, your Morphinominal host, Adam Perez, back once again with an impromptu episode of A+ Morphinominal this week, hitting you in the middle of the week, guys. I love to surprise you with brand new videos, to be perfectly honest with you, but I told you I was certainly going to go ahead and do this. If we wind up getting any brand new information in regards to the upcoming 2021 season of Super Sentai titled Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, we certainly were going to go ahead and bring it to you, ladies and gentlemen. So that's exactly why we were certainly here. A couple of hours ago, or maybe late last night, if I'm not mistaken, Ranger Board, along with the real Matt Hunt, have revealed to us a brand new leak that has in fact dropped to at least give us further insight into this upcoming team, or at least I should certainly say its leader in Zenkaiser. So let's go ahead and just dive into really our first looks at this brand new costume, if you will. Again, the real Matt Hunt and Ranger Board have been doing a fantastic job of keeping us up to date over the past several weeks, whether it be in regards to rumors for Zenkaiger, whether it be trademarks that Toei has been certainly taking out for this season. They definitely have been keeping us up to date. So to provide us with this information is pretty eye-opening. Last week we got maybe some details as to what the team could potentially look like. We even saw some concept art with the descriptions of what the leader could certainly look like. Well, we certainly don't have to guess anymore, as we actually have our very first look at Zenkaiser, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go. This is actually, I'm assuming, if anything, I know the real Matt Hunt has talked about that we might be getting like toy listings and maybe magazine scans here within the next couple of weeks. This in fact certainly seems like one of them, as we finally get the opportunity to see what our leader certainly looks like. And they certainly were not lying when they mentioned the idea that it definitely takes from the Akaranger design for sure, maybe with the big bulbous eyes, the popped collar also. I feel like that antenna kind of still reminds me a little bit of Kamen Rider, if I'm not mistaken. But then, they also talked a little bit about how I think it was a big one from J.A.K.Q was certainly going to go ahead and play a pivotal role in its design as well. And you can clearly see that just from the rainbow stripes kind of going down the body along with the legs as well, or at least halfway down the legs. We've got ourselves a mini cape in here, which I feel like I'm actually kind of falling in love with the cape a little bit more times that I've seen it. We just recently saw it with Lupin Pat. We even just saw it with some of the power-ups for Real Soldier, also the Excalibur, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So you know what? If capes are back in, I'm all for it. And of course, they even mentioned the idea that it could potentially have a shield, like an armored shield, where people were kind of referencing back to the Dragon Shield, if you will. So it is really sort of an amalgamation of a little bit of everything over the past the 40+ seasons of Super Sentai, kind of all combined into one. But the clear, obvious sort of things that jump out at me certainly are the relationships to Akaranger along with Big One. For some reason, every time I think of Big One, I want to call him Big Boy. I have no idea why I want to do that, but I certainly do. Here's a more close-up image once again to kind of showcase you guys what the costume looks like. Now, listen, I've been all over Twitter over the past few hours going over this information and these brand new reveals, and I can tell you the perspective and the points of view of people in regards to this costume are sort of all over the place. I can't lie, it does look like somebody just puked up a giant rainbow on a Super Sentai Ranger, and this is what we wind up getting. But there is something really fascinating about it that I really want to see more of it. Now, granted, this image is super pixelated, right? It's not even like high def resolution or anything like that, right? So there certainly is more to appreciate about this costume than even we are certainly able to, right? Like, this is just a close-up image of the small, like 300 by 300 image that was cropped from Twitter also. So I really want to see different poses, different positions that Zenkaiser is certainly going to go ahead and be in. But I got to say, I am more fascinated than I am sort of put down by it, right? Like there is something so unique to it that I haven't really seen it done before. I can see some people saying, oh, maybe they're lazy, maybe this is just disgusting looking, it's just ugly, it just doesn't work, doesn't feel like Super Sentai. Well, you know, Super Sentai has that right to go ahead and change what they do. If they feel as though they want to embark on a different path for Super Sentai after 45 plus seasons, who are we to certainly tell them not to, right? So I'm sure some people, this definitely doesn't feel like Super Sentai. I've seen some people say it feels more like Kamen Rider. I don't know how they feel that. They haven't watched a single clip of this show, but just based off of the design, I guess that's simply what they're going off of. But again, I feel like we should not make assumptions about this season just based off of one photo, to be perfectly honest with you. So while as of right now, I'm not going to say this is my favorite design, to say the least, because again, it does look like somebody just vomited a rainbow, like ate too many Skittles and was like, blah, and then you wind up getting Zenkaiser here. So I personally would like to wait to see more of the costume. If anything, maybe what this costume in Zenkaiser looks like compared to the rest of the Zenkaiger team itself, especially if he's going to be the only human and the rest of them are certainly going to be robots, right? So I definitely want to see what the team picture certainly looks like, and certainly something more high definition and not as pixelated, if you will, also. So I am going to hold off my true judgment just for a little bit later, to certainly say the least. But I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued enough to certainly think that this is rather unique, and certainly a different path for Toei to certainly embark on. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and give it its opportunity and see what they can certainly put together when it comes to this season itself. One other tidbit of information I want to highlight for you guys also is more Zenkaiser Rumors. And again, this does come from Dukemon over at Ranger Board, aka The Real Matt Hunt over on Twitter. But he says, new Zenkaiser Rumors, grain of salt. Remember, hashtag grain of salt. Using the gear Tlinger, still hate that name, and the Sentai gears, our main character transforms into Zenkaiser. It says, using 2 Sentai gears, he can combine the powers of 2 Sentai, a combination of Akaranger and Big One. Not sure if that's saying it is a combination of those two, or the combination of those 2 powers is his go-to attack. Anyway, it's interesting. If this does wind up coming to fruition here, I am curious if he has the ability to combine any other 2 Super Sentai teams, or if this is just what his main combination is, right? Like, if you're telling me that we have a human element here, or a human leader who has the ability to combine powers of 2 Sentai, put it in Akaranger and Big One, 2 things come to mind. It does make me wonder as to whether or not he has the ability to call upon forth other Super Sentai combinations, and maybe he'll have several different costumes as the season winds up progressing. And then another part of me also wonders if an aspect of this show is really the idea of, like, when I think of this, I have to see the robots. But considering the fact that some of the robots and even some of the mechs that we've seen from Grain of Salt wise have really included several themes from past Super Sentai seasons, and really given us that feeling of sort of an anniversary special, if you will, I am wondering if there are certainly going to be callbacks to past seasons of Super Sentai also, whether that be several different combinations that Zenkaiser can certainly put together, and really what the rest of the robots are going to be looking like, and what their power sets are certainly going to be as well. So I'm really fascinated by this. I think this sort of grain of salt attached with the leak and the photos of Zenkaiser, I think are really interesting. So I'm hoping that Zenkaiger itself, the series, is certainly going to be coming along rather well. But so far, I've really have been fascinated by everything that I've not only heard, but from what I've seen so far. Like I'm more interested with a gigantic question mark as to what route Super Sentai is taking this year, instead of like really having a full-fledged idea about what I'm getting. I'm still kind of waiting for that. What I do want to highlight also in here is because I feel like people on Twitter or online, despite how they certainly feel about the costume design for Zenkaiser, they definitely are having some fun when it comes to concept art and their own art styles of creating some stuff. So I did want to go ahead and give some quick shout outs to some people because of the fact that I have seen a lot of this artwork online so far, especially on Twitter, and I wanted to give some shout outs to some people. So right off, I have 4 photos I want to go ahead and showcase to you guys now that they actually have an idea of what the suit itself looks like. The first suit on the left with the clouds and the big explosion, that is also from Go Mango. Now I've referenced him last time in our previous Zenkaiger video that we wind up doing, because he did go ahead and provide some of the concept art for that video as well. But this is his second go round of creating the Zenkaiser costume. So again, this is from Go Mango. You can go ahead and check him out on his YouTube page. And he also is on Twitter as well. Now to the right hand side with the white background in here, this is actually coming to us from Sparking Wado on Twitter. You can find him at Waito Chan. That's Waito Chan. So that's Sparking Wado at Waito Chan, Waito Chan, and he's the one that did the concept art or the art design on the right hand side with the white background. Now we also have 2 other ones here I wanted to go ahead and showcase to you. I almost feel like the art styles that these artists have created for me actually make me enjoy the costume design for Zenkaiser a little bit more, to be honest with you, because I feel like this is probably better quality than the little pixelated photo that we've gotten, and being able to see just some of their way of representing Zenkaiser, I thought is really fascinating. So the one on the left with the white background is actually by Leanne Hanna. You can find her online as well at Twitter. I believe it's at Stratos Maka. That's STRATOSMACCA. That's Leanna Hana at Stratos Maka, which I think is a great costume, a great looking costume if you ask me. And then on the right with the purple or pink and blue, we have Bozo Robo. And again, you can find him on Twitter as well. Bozo Robo at Bozo Robo. Go ahead and check out everybody's artwork whenever you get the opportunity to certainly do so. But I definitely wanted to go ahead and highlight everybody because again, their designs and what they've been able to put together, great representation of Zenkaiser, to be honest with you, and one that actually looks better, if you ask me, than this particular photo that we have here. But again, I'm still going to go ahead and hold off my pure judgment until we actually see everything the way that it's certainly meant to be. Magazine scans, HD quality, and hopefully in movement as well for maybe some future trailers or small footage, whatever the case may be. But listen, again, I'm not going to sit here and hate on it. I'm definitely not going to crap on it. I definitely have my concerns just because of the way that it certainly looks. But again, I'm definitely going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Let this idea breathe a little bit. It is growing on me the more and more that I certainly see it. But certainly maybe not their finest design. But again, we'll see what it looks like when we get better quality images. And I also want to say this, guys. You know, this definitely is Super Sentai to me, just because we are in the Reiwa era, a brand new era for Super Sentai kind of going forward. I love the idea that Toei is trying to take chances. You know, the fact that, you know, people have complained over the past couple of years that, I mean, we're 40 plus years deep into Super Sentai. You've utilized a lot of the same themes and brought us a lot of the same concepts for costumes and things like that, right? So I like the idea that they're being unique and different, and a part of me definitely continues to feel, and I said this before when we did the Zenkaiger video and when we talked about it this past week on APlus Morphinominal, the idea that Toei is going so big and bold and different and unique certainly makes me feel as though they're doing this for themselves and not for an adaptation of some sort in the future for Power Rangers. Because of the fact that it is so uniquely different, I'm wondering if they feel that maybe because of the fact that there's a potential split between Hasbro and Toei, maybe they certainly knew that this is certainly coming along the way, if you will, like that announcement is bound to happen at some point in time. Maybe this is Toei kind of taking their first steps in regards to creating the season that's solely just for themselves, or at least that's the vibe that I'm kind of getting. So I do think that these new concept designs lend to the idea of Hasbro and Toei potentially splitting, or it could just be Toei really trying to do something unique and give us something different, and we'll see how it is in fact executed at the end of the day. But guys, you know, surprised to say the least in regards to this. Again, I do think that it looks like somebody just threw up a rainbow of Skittles onto this particular character, but I want to see more before I become too harsh or really crap on this design, because I do think that it's rather unique, and for that, the Toei definitely gets a thumbs up for me. But guys, listen, at the end of the day, though, I definitely want to go ahead and know yours. Oops, I took down the wrong photo. At the end of the day, though, guys, I want to know yours, so you get the opportunity to see Zenkaiser in his full form. Granted, pixelated and not necessarily in HD, but based off of what you have seen and some of the grain of salts, what do you guys think? Please let your thoughts be known in the live chat or the comment section box below, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, we'll certainly keep you guys updated. We're definitely going to be back once again with a brand new live episode of APlus Morphinominal this Saturday at noon, so certainly join us then. And if we do have any more Zenkaiger news, we'll certainly go ahead and let you guys know there. But until next time, guys, do us a big favor, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. Hit that bell notification so when we do drop brand new videos, you'll be notified. And if you want to follow us on social media, we're right here at APlus Opinions, very active on our main hub page, which is Facebook, also active on Twitter, and you can check us out on Instagram as well as Twitch. So until next time, guys, do me a big favor, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you later. Bye.